3D Security Services educational channel on condominium security. Our goal at 3D Security has been to bring security best practices into the condominium industry. Towards that end, we have written numerous articles on this and are currently doing an ongoing video series from 3D Security Services. And the topic of this video is condominium security audits. One of the first questions that we're asked is, when should a condominium undertake a security audit? We have seen it happen at 3 different times. The first one is after a security breach. If a security incident or break-in or trespass happens, a condominium will sometimes undertake a security audit to find out where they're vulnerable and to fix these vulnerabilities. The second time that we've seen this occur is during a reserve fund study update. So this makes sense that a condominium would be looking to include the security recommendations in the reserve fund funding schedule. The final time that we're seeing people or condominiums commission reports is during the first year of operations. In this way, the performance audit and the security audit are done at the same time, and the recommendations from the security audit are provided to the engineer who's conducting the performance audit. In this case, the security recommendations are included as warrantable items and may be fixed by the developers. We are aware of this happening in one situation where the developer agreed to fix a serious vulnerability at no cost to the condominium. When a condominium decides to do a security audit, there are 4 points of considerations that we wish to discuss in this video. The first one would be the security certification of the person completing the audit. At the time of this video, the condominium industry is undergoing some changes where condominium managers must have a certain amount of experience and education in order to get a license to be condominium managers. The security industry has a similar organization called ACES International. Like the name suggests, ACES International is worldwide, and they offer 3 certifications. The first one is the CPP, the second one is the PCI, and the third one, which is the more relevant for the condominium industry, is the PSP, or Physical Security Professional. A physical security professional is responsible and knowledgeable in security integration, security systems, and security audits. An audit, by definition, would be measuring the security of a condominium against set standards. In this case, it would be security best practices. The second point of consideration would be the familiarity of condominium operations on the part of the person completing the audit. Much like a financial audit has to be familiar with both accounting and condominiums, somebody completing a security audit should be familiar with security and condominium operations. This could be as simple as understanding the difference between an operating expense and a reserve fund expense, or it could be as complicated as understanding what is a substantial change to the common element and as such needs owner's consent in order to approve. By having this understanding and familiarity, the person proposing the security solutions can tailor the security recommendations to your specific condominium. A third point of consideration would be the core business of the company completing the security audit. Is consulting or security audits their core business? There are some companies that will offer security audits as added value to their already existing clientele. In this case, security installers and guard service providers will offer to do a security audit for the condominiums that they currently work in as an add-on value. This could be a potential conflict of interest, as an audit, by definition, should be an impartial third-party review of the physical protection system of the condominium. A fourth and final consideration when undertaking a condominium security audit would be the depth of the review. If we were to compare this to a reserve fund study, and we're speaking to condominium managers about the difference between a Class 2 and a Class 3 report, everybody would understand the difference. Unfortunately, there is no set standard for condominium security audits, although we are hoping to change that. When discussing the depth of the review, we would make the following recommendations to condominiums. One would be to ensure that there are multiple visits to the property. We want to ensure that the condominium is looked at during the weekdays, weekends, overnight shifts, during the day, so that the person preparing the report sees the condominium at the different times of risk. The second point would be intrusion or penetration testing. How easy or how difficult is it to get into the condominium without a key or a fob? And the fourth one would be ensuring that all the systems are properly evaluated. One of the more neglected systems that we see during our audits is the computers within the condominium. Most condominiums have a computer and is used for emails, owners lists, condominium software, and a proper and professional security audit will ensure that this system is adequately protected. To summarize the points made in this video, when a condominium is looking to undertake a security audit, there are four considerations. The first one would be the security experience and credentials of the person completing the report. The second would be the understanding of that person of condominium operations. The third point would be the company and what is their core business. Is it consulting and security audits? And the fourth one would be the depth of the review of the audit, ensuring that all systems are properly evaluated. Thank you for your kind attention to this video. If you have any questions or comments that you'd like us to answer, please feel free to email or message us at the addresses provided on the screen.